Shalom, we're back. This is part 3. Right now we're in Exodus 4. We're gonna start. Let's start at verse 13. Exodus 4 and 13. This is Moshe speaking to Yah, and he said, "Please, Yah, make someone else your agent." Then Yah became angry with Moshe, and he said, "There is your brother Aaron, the Levite. He, I know, speaks readily. Even now he is setting out to meet you, and he will be happy to see you. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth. I will be with you and with him as you speak." So if y'all tell you to do something, he gonna be with you. You know, he ain't gonna just send you somewhere and be like, nigga, whatever, whatever happens, that's what happened. He's like, nah, I got you. We just gotta trust and obey him. I will be with you and with him as you speak, and tell both of you what to do. And he shall speak for you to the people. Thus he shall serve as your spokesman, with you playing the role of Yah to him. And take with you this rod with which you shall perform the signs. Moshe went back to his father-in-law, Yether, and said to him, "Let me go back to my kinsmen in Kemet and see how they are faring." And Jethro said to Moshe, "Go in peace." And Yah said to Moshe and Midian, "Go back to Mizraim, for all the people who sought to kill you are dead." So Moshe took his wife and his sons, mounted them on an ass, and went back to the land of Kemet. And Moshe took the rod of Yah with him. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "When you return to Kemet, see that you perform before Pharaoh all the marvels that I'll put within your power. I, however, will stiffen his heart so that he will not let the people go. Then you shall say to Pharaoh, Thus saith Yah, Israel is my firstborn." Israel is my firstborn. I have said to you, let my son go, that he may worship me. Yet you refuse to let him go. Now I will slay your firstborn. Okay, here we go. At a night encampment on the way, Yah encountered him and sought to kill him. So Zipporah took a flint and cut off her son's foreskin and touched his leg with it, saying, "You are truly a bridegroom of blood to me." And when he let him alone, when he let him alone, she added, "A bridegroom of blood because of the circumcision, because of the mark." Because Yah requires that blood. He requires that mark. Like he said before, he's going to mark us with his covenant, which will be a sign on our flesh to show a difference between us and the nations. But again, what did Zipporah say? That Yah is a bloody bridegroom, a bridegroom of blood. Okay, he is the bridegroom. All right, from here, where we at? Exodus 4. Let's go to Exodus 19. And we're going to start at verse 3. And Moshe went up to Yah, and Yah called to him from the mountain, saying, "Thus shall you say to the house of Jacob, and declare to the children of Yasharal, you have seen what I did to the Comedians, how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to me. Now then, if you will obey me faithfully and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasure, my treasured possession among all the peoples. Indeed, All the earth is mine, but you shall be to me a kingdom of priests, a set apart nation. These are the words that you shall speak to the children of Yasharal. Moshe came and summoned the elders of the people and put before them all that Yah had commanded him. All the people answered as one, saying, all that Yah has spoken we will do. And Moshe brought back the people's word to Yah. And Yah said to Moshe, I will come to you in a thick cloud in order that the people may hear when I speak with you, and so trust you ever after. Then Moshe reported the people's words to Yah, and Yah said to Moshe, go to the people and warn them to stay pure today and tomorrow. Let them wash their clothes. Let them be ready for the third day. For on the third day Yah will come down in the sight of all the people on Mount Sinai. So this is where they're getting ready for the marriage. You know, basically Yah proposed to the children and to the children of Israel. And what did the children of Israel say? All that Yah has spoken, we will do. So it's like saying, you know, when you get on your knee and you say, you know, when you marry me, it's like, yes, 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 I'll marry you. I mean, basically, that's what happened. All right. Now we could go through Genesis. I'm sorry, Exodus 20, but we're gonna skip that for now. I may come back to it, but we're gonna go to Exodus 24, and we're gonna start just at verse 6, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, alright. Moshe took one part of the blood and put it in a basin, and the other part of the blood he dashed against the altar. Then he took the record of the covenant and read it aloud to the people. And they said, all that Yah has spoken we will faithfully do. Moshe took the blood and dashed it on the people and said, this is the blood of the covenant that Yah now makes with you concerning all the commandments. Alright, let's back it up a little bit. So again, now, right here, this is basically, the way I look at it, this is like the, what you could say, like the first night of your honeymoon, basically. You know, when you take that virgin and you lay her down and you bust the hymen, what happens? The blood gets, basically the blood kind of, you know, it gets on you and her, basically. So Moshe is sprinkling that blood on them. And we know that the blood is the life. What is that? Leviticus 17 and 19, 17 and 11 maybe. And we know that the blood is the life. And the life is the law. You know, so there again, which is just coming full circle back that this is the covenant. This is a marriage between two parties, and that party is the Most High, and the second party, the woman, is the nation of Yasharal. Alright, we're going to try to speed this up a little bit, but just notice at verse 7. Let me get it real quick. Then he took the record of the covenant and read it aloud to the people, and they said, all that Yah has spoken, we will faithfully do. Now, this is what the Jewish people call, I believe it's pronounced a ketubah. Basically, like I was saying earlier, that's like the, how would one say it? It's basically like the marriage vow, basically. But verse 7 is a very important verse, that this is the last pretty much this is where, like, you know, where you're agreeing the final agreement to the marriage, basically. Because that blood was sprinkled on them and gave them new life in the sight of Yah. All right, now let's go to Deuteronomy 4. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 4. And we're going to start at verse 12. Where we at? Where we at? And Yah spoke to you out of the fire. You heard the sound of the words, but perceived no shape, nothing but a voice. He declared to you the covenant that he commanded you to observe, the 10 commandments, and he inscribed them on 2 tablets of stone. At the same time, Yah commanded me to impart to you laws and rules for you to observe in the land that you are about to cross in to occupy. For your own sake, therefore, be most careful, since you saw no shape when Yah, your Elohim, spoke to you at Horeb out of the fire, not to act wickedly and make for yourself a sculpture image in any likeness, whatever, the form of a man or a woman, the form of any beast on the earth, the form of any winged bird that flies in the sky, the form of anything that creeps on the ground, the form of any flesh, the form of any fish that is in the waters below the earth. And when you look up to the sky and behold the sun and the moon and the stars and the whole heavenly host, you must not be lured into bowing down to them or serve them. These Yah your Elohim allotted to the other peoples everywhere under the earth. But you, Yahuwah took and brought out of Kemet the iron blast furnace to be his very own people, as is now the case. I want to bring that out, basically. Some of these camps where y'all make y'all images, man, y'all got to stop doing that. You say that, the image is in the book or the characteristics, but y'all still telling you don't make no image of it. For me, the way I understand it, you want to make the little image in your mind just to go ahead and see it, but don't bow down to it. Don't worship it. And a lot of people, and see, what it say, let me get it again. What it say in verse 19? Where is it? And when you look up to the sky and behold the sun and the moon and the stars and the whole heavenly host, you must not be lured into bowing down to them, nor serving them. These Yah your Elohim allotted to other peoples everywhere under the heaven. Okay, so was one thing I've noticed, that some of these Israelites are talking about sun worship. I've seen some of y'all on YouTube talking about sun worship, like that's cool. And also, this is the whole issue. Like I said, this is a marriage contract. He doesn't want you serving he don't want you bowing down to idols because it's breaking the marriage. You cheating. You're being a whore. You're whoring around with other Elohims that don't have the same power as our Creator. Alright? Easy as that. Don't be a whore, Holaba. Alright, let's go to Deuteronomy 5. We're just going to go from 1 to 11 real quick. Let me straighten this out. Moshe summoned all the Israelites and said to them, "Hear, O Yasharal, the laws and the rules that I proclaim to you this day. Study them and observe them faithfully. Yah our Elohim made a covenant with us at Horeb. It was not with our fathers that Yah made this covenant, but with us, the living, every one of us who is here today. Face to face, Yah spoke to you on the mountain out of the fire. I stood between Yah and you at that time to convey Yah's words to you. For you were afraid of the fire and did not go up unto the mountain, saying, I, Yah, am your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mizraim, the house of bondage. You shall serve no other gods besides me. Okay, plain and simple. Plain and simple, people. Study and observe the covenant, the laws, statutes, and commandments faithfully. This covenant is with us. We're married to the Most High. This is, it's an everlasting covenant. From only time it's annulled is once the earth is destroyed and the stars are done away with. That's when the covenant is over. Ain't no divorcing this. You know what I'm saying? You can't move away from it. But many of you go a whoring with Yahweh Shizzle. You know, he out on the streets pimping, but you just want to be pimped by Yahweh Shizzle. That's how it go. You know, that's what's popping. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to end this one and open up the next one. We're going to get through these last two real quick just to show you that we are married to the Most High. It's an arranged marriage. Shalom.